It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2021, baby. Leo. As most of you all know, I've experienced some loss, so I'm sure that my energy is a little bit dampened. But I've taken my time and I feel like really ready to shine for you guys. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Libra season videos will be done today. Everything will be posted up and public. I'm just prioritizing different platforms right now. I just want to get you guys the message. Though, usually Patreon does get everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. I just saw the King of Wands flash at me, so Sun and Leo. That is you guys. For daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Now, Leo, as I'm filming this, in a couple of hours, the Sun, your ruling planet, will be conjuncting Mars in Libra, meaning that they will meet at the same degree in Libra. And it's going to inspire, draw in, attract to you truth, a desire for togetherness. Who you are, what you know about yourself, your core self, something in your core colliding with your ambition, your movement, your habits, your ways, the direction that you're going in. It's like togetherness is the motto. It's like better together or something of that nature. And that doesn't just go for romantic relationships. That's just like you may be really seeing yourself as a leader, wanting to lead something, wanting to initiate something, gather a group, or however this manifests for you. Togetherness is better than singularity. It also could be bringing out some big truth. A truth about your mottos, your motivations, the way you operate. You seeing that about other people that you're close to. On October 9th, the Sun will be conjuncting Mercury retrograde in Libra, and let it come to you. There are a lot of opportunities for you to say something that you don't need to say, or for you to put yourself out there in a way that you don't need to necessarily, or to speak on something that you shouldn't be speaking on. So be really careful about your word choice and where you decide to throw in your 2 cents. People may also be throwing in their 2 cents about something that they don't really have the right to. So it's important to slow down, allow yourself to be still, allow yourself to really observe, to think before you respond, before you speak. Because some damage could get done on that one. That's just going to be a touchy one. So it's just important to just slow down so you don't just say something unnecessary. On October 15th, the Sun will be trining Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius, and it's time to shoot your shot. Faith-based actions and motivations. Things like you may not be getting all the normal signs that you get, but still like having this confidence, this trust in yourself to shoot your fucking shot. You got it. I also feel like you could be bringing in new friends, new hopes, new clients, friends in high places, things of that nature. So it's just like put yourself out there, have the strength to really start a new relationship with yourself by way of allowing yourself to be visible, whether you feel strong or weak. October 17th, the sun will be squaring Pluto, which is now direct in Capricorn. And what is done in the dark comes to light. Integrity really, really fucking matters this season. This is Libra season. The scales. Your heart lighter than a feather? Can you make it into the underworld, the afterlife? There is this heaviness of the heart that may be coming up. You may just be wanting to like get weight off, shed weight, cut dead weight, things of that nature. But understand that what's done in the dark comes to light. So it's really important that you move with integrity and that you enforce boundaries so that you get respected and so that you respect other people. Boundaries may be a thing also. This transit could also be seen like the darkness works out in your favor, or what was made for bad can be made good, things of that nature. This also could be bringing in a spotlight on something that's painful, dealing with pain in the public. But all of this stuff comes to light, and it's like this pimple popping, Leo, sun, moon, and rising. It's like this culmination is coming to a head because on that full moon in Aries on October 20th, it's like this fiery boost that you need, and you get the big opportunity to release these grudges, release these old perspectives, release these old lenses, these old motivations also. You let it go with ease too. It's easy. Things get easy. And they get easy because the new lens that you get is a lens of self-prioritization. You see everything through the lens of, I've got to put my oxygen mask on first. And it's like this coming to yourself, this coming into yourself, coming into self-awareness, coming into self-prioritization is going to put you in a position to just be functioning at a much higher level, and it just feels healthy. Also, that full moon in Aries is going to bring in great chemistry with people with Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio placements. So make it do what it do, Leo, because shit's looking good. Hydrate, light it if you got it, because we are asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Leo, sun, moon, and rising for Libra season 2021. Baby, first card out is the Knight of Swords. I'm telling you, there is a radical shift of mind, a radical shift of thought. You've also got to be very careful. Leo, that's how I want to, what I want to name this video. Gots to be more careful. Because first thing coming out on the selenite throne is how you communicate, how you talk. You may be extra slick-mouthed with this Mercury retrograde in Libra right now. And it is really important that you evade popping off at the mouth, that you evade hurting people's feelings or speaking the truth or just being honest. Be careful hurting people's feelings or going below the belt. Be careful driving home a point after you've already made it. Just going too fucking hard. Be careful getting lost in the sauce. And there also may be people around you who are going too hard, or you're needing to establish or set boundaries with. Knight of Swords, first card out, is like what needs to be clarified is your communication. And it's just, I feel like all I can hear is like, who the fuck are you talking to like that? That's how it feels. And you may be feeling that way about someone, or you may be behaving in a way where someone is saying to you, and you really need to check yourself. Either way, Leo, you've got to have boundaries within yourself, and you've got to have boundaries in your communications of, especially when you're angry. Or some of you, there may be new information that's coming in and it's causing you to have to change your mind, or maybe causing you to have to eat some words. There may be some issues with somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. You yourself may have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, and you're feeling really activated, feeling like motivated to charge, to move forward. The Knight of Swords is the only knight that is actually engaged in war. And so you may be extra fucking feisty, especially during that full moon in Aries on the 20th of October. You've got to be more careful with your words because your mind is changing. Some of you are absorbing a lot of new information. You're observing a lot, and it may put you in a position where you're in fight or flight mode. Or something may come up and you may feel like you're in fight or flight, or you've got to make a decision, or you need to go left, or some of you are thinking about moving. Some of you are in motion, doing a lot of travel, and you may just be moving at such a pace that you don't understand, that you may be hurting someone's feelings, or you may be creating distance or neglecting something in some way. Or maybe some of you are in a position where you know there is something that you need to get the fuck out of, and it's just a matter of time. But you've got to do it. Wow. But you've got to do it because they're big choices. Next card out is the Wheel of Fortune, then the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Y'all, what did I just say I was going to name the damn video? I'll scroll back and look at it. But there is something big time about choices. And your choice starts with acknowledging that there are bigger forces at work. There is something bigger that takes precedence over everything. There is something that happens with that generates a turning point. Some of you, you're in a brand new season. This radical change of mind is going to change how you think, and when you change how you think, it's going to change how you speak. So you are going in a different direction. Some of you are definitely being rerouted, and you're being rerouted, and the divine is absolutely supporting and encouraging that and ushering in a brand new season for you because of the rerouting of your thoughts and your words. And so there is this new chapter. And just because and this, honestly, what this looks like is an upswing, baby. Some of you have options in love. Some of you, the turning point is you really holistically loving yourself. I'm so excited to dive into the plunge, because this looks beautiful. This feels beautiful. Some of you are really choosing yourself. You're choosing to put your cup, to fill your cup first, so that you can properly align with another. Two of Cups being in the center of the reading, this is about togetherness, and it's also about sovereignty and autonomy, and acknowledging if there's any codependency lurking, acknowledging how to really relate. Some of you also, this is the center of this is love. It may just be hard for me to say because I'm in a weird place, but it's just like, fuck. For some of you, what you're really experiencing is this beautiful, balanced, healthy love. And that feels very Libran. It feels very balanced for some of you. It's like some of you have absolutely done the work of being alone to the point where you're comfortable, and your alone time is sweet and cherished, and it's filled, and it's not lonely. You enjoy your alone time. So when you're around other people, you mean it. When you're around other people, you're genuinely interested. And because of how much you value your alone time and how much you value your peace, you choose really good people. You're around really good people. And it allows you to feel really comfortable to put your guard down, really comfortable to like communicate and just be around people because you've done the work. Those of you, the rest of you who are just terrified to like be in love or in a relationship, and you can't be your whole self, or you're in a relationship already and things are smooth, there is something about the rest of you, I say, who are still working on getting comfortable with being alone. Those of you who are getting comfortable filling your cup. there are opportunities for distractions all around you, because that is a choice too. And there's temptation there, and just perpetuating the distraction and just keeping yourself busy, keeping yourself occupied so you don't have to deal with the bullshit or deal with this radical change or this turning point in your life. Some of you are feeling really juggled, are really like you're in a relationship, you love this person, yet you feel juggled, yet you feel hurt, yet you feel this roller coaster. And it all comes back to self. It all comes back to, how do you fill your cup? And are you choosing people or drawing people into you, letting people come into your life to fill a cup that is your responsibility to fill, Leo? I need the final card, but I want to look at the clock just to make sure, because I'm paranoid. All right, we only have 15 minutes. Good time. All right. So for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, take a deep breath, babe. Final card, final message for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2021. Thank you. One card, and it's Justice. This is absolutely about balance. The scales are out. There definitely may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Libra placements that I feel like is very good for you, or likes you a lot, or there is a decision to make about them. We're definitely diving into this. But I feel like towards the end of Libra season, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, there are really big decisions that are being made. Karma is being doled out. This is a very karmic time. This Mercury retrograde in Libra is an extremely karmic time. Venus is now in Sagittarius, and the highest meaning, interesting, Venus is now in Sagittarius. And our hearts are yearning for this highest connection, this freedom, this intensity, this understanding, this like peeling back the layers to really absorb all this knowledge, all this philosophy, getting out of this old way of thinking, this old way of relating, this old way of loving. It's going to put us in a way where, because our hearts are desiring the best, the highest good for ourselves, and this deep understanding, we're craving to be understood. There's opportunities to let that in, and that is a very, very big freedom. And ultimately, you get that freedom by understanding yourself, by willing to admit, hey, like this works and this doesn't. It's funny, I feel like some of you are in relationships where you're trying to be monogamous and trying to like be a certain way for someone, and you need to acknowledge that you may need to open things up, or you may be in a relationship with someone who is devoutly religious and you just can't handle it anymore. Or, you know what I mean? There could be just things like, hey, let's be honest. Hey, let's go ahead and just have this honest truth, because it's going to shake everything. Whatever it is you need to say, whatever maybe this other person needs to say to you, there could be somebody with new, fresh energy that's coming in and motivates you and makes you think a different way. And because you think a different way, you speak a different way. And the divine responds to you in a different way. And other people respond to you and relate to you in a different way. And it puts you in a position where you're really having to look at everything that you're juggling, everything that you've taken on, and something has to give. And there may be a decision that you need to make about something, but either way, justice is coming out to say that for some of you were wronged. Some of you have been wronged in a relationship or treated unfairly, and the divine is aware of that and is in the works of making things right. 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck with 10 of Pentacles. Some of you feel betrayed by someone that you have a family with, or that you started a family with, or that you want a family with, someone that you consider family. There may be people that leave you or people that have left, and you may be in mental recovery in some way. and that mental recovery that you may be in. The way that you used to resolve conflict cannot be the way that you continue to resolve conflict. For some of you, I feel like you used to want to get out of your mind. You used to want to dabble in escapism, or you used to want to just like run from it. And you may be in mid-stride, mid-running from something, and it's like, bam, the divine's like, oh, you thought? The divine is like, hey, just in the ways that you were down, you can be up. It's time to dig for the deeper meaning. It's time to pay attention to the signs and wonders, because you may be feeling, it's like you're running, but you feel unstable. Don't don't let the instability cause you to make moves or commit to something that you did just because you feel things are shaky. You know what I mean? It needs intimacy is coming up. It needs to be real. It needs to be intense. And so there is a lack of, like, some of you, I feel like you're not interested in the superficial. You don't want something on the surface anymore. And that could be something that Libra is really bringing in. This person with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe Pisces, Sagittarius placements too, is really bringing in some newness, some freshness. There may be somebody with Pisces or Sagittarius placements that you have to communicate something with. They come in and really change your mind, and they really maybe even remind you about your spark or what's special about you. This new season, I feel like, looks like you really loving yourself. Looks like you may be really loving another person really, really loving you. And it puts you in a position where you get to manage your time more wisely, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, because you're not so worried about other bullshit. Pay attention to the people who put you at peace, who don't make you ride or like the roller coaster. I feel like some of you used to crave that roller coaster. You liked the game. You needed to be fun. You needed the chase. And now it's like you get that in a different way. And you get it in a more holistic, rich, intense, authentic, heartfelt way, rather than this superficial fuck game. It's like superficial, like fuck boy, fuck girl kind of thing. It just isn't going to please you anymore. There's some depth that's needed and desired and required. And you are going to be put on the spot of making decisions, understanding the cause and effect of your actions. Consequences are coming in. Legal matters, legal decisions. Some of you, I feel like, are really prospering coming up financially, or you may be leveling up in some way, karmically, like paying some karmic debt, some contract, something finally coming to an end, or the karmic bill finally getting paid for something. We're definitely going to dive deeper into that in the plunge over on patreon.com/justjeverything. But ultimately, time management is going to be equally as important. Okay, it's like if a relationship comes in, or those of you who are in a relationship, it's like if you're in a relationship, things can get really, really sweet. Things can get really, really good. If you're in a new relationship, you may be getting deep in the honeymoon phase, and that can really derail your time management or your work hustle or your work flow. And it's important that you understand how to balance. I feel like this season, you're really learning how to balance love and work and progressive thought. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's like you want to move forward. You want to do something different. You want to change. You want to love differently. You want to maybe get in a relationship. You may want to really heal yourself, heal the past. You may really want to focus on your business and get find your flow, getting in a better flow. But the way to do that is to really examine how you make choices, really examine how you surrender to the divine, how you go with the flow, and then therefore create your own flow. Like once you fall into the flow of where the divine drops you. And we'll explore that with that, clarifying that Wheel of Fortune. But it's going to put you in a position where the scales get recalibrated. It's like you start a clean karmic slate is how this feels, Leo. And it puts you in a position of like going forward, knowing what you know. Are you going to keep doing what you've always done? Knowing what you know now. There will come a point where you got to ask yourself, knowing what you know now, why do I keep doing what I do? And when will I elevate from that? When will I choose better for that? And those of you who are dealing with stuff legally, things, the fairest outcome will come to pass. Things will be going in your favor. The wheel is definitely going in your favor. Which means you can't go the fuck off every 5 minutes. You can't just pop off. You can't just say what you used to say. And that's what's changing. Your emotional responses are changing. I do feel like you may be growing up in a way, essentially. Some of you may have been saying like, or portraying yourself in a really immature way, maybe being really flippant, and something happens where you get in motion and you really like radically change in some way. I just keep hearing radical. And you may love someone radically. You may lose someone radically. You may be inspired radically to surrender to the fact that there is something that is bigger than you going on. And while you're here experiencing life, you might as well love the vessel that you're in. Treat it well. Demand it to be treated well by others so that you can do what you want to do with your time, with your energy. What does it matter if you have all this money if you don't have the health or the energy or the endurance to do shit with it? So ultimately, your scales are being recalibrated. I just heard your clock is being cleaned so that you get in a position to start making better micro and macro, big and little choices for yourself. The devil's in the details and in your decisions. So it's up to you to shine differently and to find, it's up for you to shine your light in these dark areas in your life. And so that you can just have a different kind of flow and enjoy the flow. Let's get into it. I love you. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.